All right, YouTube is streaming. Facebook, I hope, is streaming. Am I working in the room? Am I good? Am I live? I'm live. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over Facebook analysis and so much more. Don't forget we have our precise daily stock levels, our game plan in Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. I have so many things to talk about today. We're going to go over a couple companies you might have heard, just small companies, Facebook, Microsoft, largest publicly traded company currently on the planet, PayPal, maybe some Tesla. Is that enough? Maybe more if we have the time. But first, um, I need you to agree to something for me. Write down my words. If you do not want to write down my words, you must exit this video immediately. You must write down, I insert your name here, agree to hold Mark Melnick and T3 Live harmless and legally not liable for anything I may see or hear or listen to or read or think or dream about while watching this video and after watching this video. If I do not agree to this and have this letter notarized, I will exit this video immediately. Well, you did something for me. I feel obligated to do something for you. So, real quick, just want to go over just some of the overnights that we did recently. So, last night, right at the end of the day, we took some names here. We took Apple calls, AMD puts, which didn't work, and I showed you eBay calls, which lost only like a little bit of money, and then of course Boeing calls, which just knocked it out of the park because they were up, I think at one point like 500%, made over 400% on it, and just really nice place to just walk into the morning and um, and just simply, be up a nice sum of money. That's always nice. But I didn't take any of the overnights. Well, I did take some overnights tonight, but no earnings overnights, and I just wanted to discuss some of them. And let's talk about Facebook here and what I think is going to actually happen tomorrow. So let's go. Let's get right into it. Facebook exploding up on earnings, up over about a little over 17 points at the moment right now. Facebook came out $2.38 per share. That beat the consensus of $2.19 a share. 16.64 billion in revenue is 240 million, almost a quarter billion ahead of the 16.4 billion expected. They said their daily active users are up 9% and their monthly active users are up 9%. They didn't mention the part where it's mostly in thanks to the Newsbeat videos, the Newsbeat shows that we offer you. And Zuckerberg came out and says, we fundamentally changed how we run our company. Our community and business continue to grow. We fundamentally changed how we run our company to focus on the biggest social issues. And we're investing more to build new and inspiring ways for people to connect. Okay. Numbers are definitely showing that. They have 2.7 billion, according to this, that use their services. To some capacity, maybe. How many are hashtag fake accounts? Nonetheless, I'm not dissing the company here. I mean, the numbers look good. They say they have over 7 million active advertisers. They're going to say they're going to start making products encrypted by default. And I mean, I don't know, they say they're going to be focused on making progress on social issues. Now, that tends to run a bit dangerous, especially in this geopolitically heated climate. Now, Basically, Facebook is basically saying they're going to get into and continue to focus in on, at least, on politics. The problem when you get into American politics is you're always going to offend one group of people minimally, and it's going to be a very large group, especially if you try to take sides on issues that everyone can't get behind. Nonetheless, this doesn't matter because Facebook doesn't project future earnings. They see their revenue growth decelerating through 2019. They didn't give future earnings or growth. They said they will focus on apps family, their app family, which is their family of applications, as opposed to not core metrics. Aren't core metrics more automated through what they do? I can't, he's Zuckerberg, college graduate who stole his ideas from somebody else. I mean, he's just way beyond my plane of thought. He's on a different planet because he's starting to say things that I can't even understand. He's just too far ahead of me. Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when your company opens up tomorrow. You're going to have a large sell off in Facebook tomorrow. Now, why am I saying this? I'm not saying this because of actually, believe it or not, anything they actually reported on their earnings. And believe it or not, it has nothing to do with that at all. Why they're going to have a big down move tomorrow is I'm going to show you, and then you tell me if you agree or not. October 30th. October 30th was the last time Facebook reported earnings. Now, on October 30th, the earnings looked good. They gave no future projection. It was $1.76, beat the $1.47. They missed a little on consensus revenue by $50 million, which was $13.73 billion versus the $13.78 billion expected. They said 2019 will be a year of continued investment, and they also hilariously said a lot of growth is coming from the Asian market. Now, when you say a lot of growth is coming from the Asian market, they're literally referring to the continent of Asia. Now, you might be saying, well, of course, that's what they mean by the Asian market. But they're not referring to China, in which is a country that does not allow their citizens to legally connect through their website. So they're obviously referring to India when they say Asian market. They're actually referring to the country of India. With that being said, Facebook on October 30th, let me show you, gapped up right over here. It closed at 146.22, opened up after earnings at 155. Nice, right? Hit a high of 156.40 and fell to 148.96. Then, of course, since then, with the whole market down move, continued to fall. Fair enough. Mark, that was just one time that Facebook gapped up and sold off on earnings. Why do you think it'll happen this time? All right. Let's go back last time, the time before. July 25th they reported stock closed at 217.50, opened up at 175. What a drop. So, the fact that they're gapped up now, I wouldn't use this as an example. Okay, Mark, how about the last time before that? How about April 25th, the last time they reported? Stock closed at 159.69, opened up at 173, got as high as 176.27, and dropped all the way to 170.80, meaning there was about just as much as an up move as there was a down move after the gap up. How about the time before that, Mark? Time before that they reported was on January 31st. January 31st was right over here where the stock closed at 186.89 and literally just opened up a dollar higher, which doesn't count for a big gap up. So out of their last four earnings, where they gapped up in a major way, which, yeah, $17, I'm considering that a major way if you want to know my opinion. There were large intraday down moves. Not to say we don't get a large intraday up move, but when Facebook gaps up, the problem with what Facebook does is they don't offer future guidance. So they almost just surprised Wall Street. They don't want anybody buying or selling their stock ahead of time. They just want people to be left in the dark right up until the report. And that is exactly what you've been seeing today in Facebook. That's exactly what you've been seeing in Facebook. So what happens is, even though you're probably going to have every analyst talk very bullishly tomorrow, and rightfully so, it's going to be very hard for these funds to get behind the numbers because they have no idea what Facebook means when they come out to you and they just give you, you know, the verbiage of, oh, by the way, we're focusing on improving the quality of our ads. That means the quality of your ads are not producing the results you want. We're focused on making progress on social issues. You're going to lead on one side of the aisle, and what that's going to mean is you're going to cause controversy, and that generally is not a positive thing when you're Facebook to cause controversy like that. It will end up hurting your platform, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Their numbers show what they're doing is really well at the moment. The hardest thing they said for me, the hardest and the most bearish thing of what Zuckerberg said was they saw revenue growth decelerating through 2019. So you saw the high revenue growth where they beat on 240 million. Yeah, by the way, we see that lessening throughout the year, decelerating, like, oh, we're slowing down, we're slowing down, we're slowing down. As a company, as a tech company like Facebook, you do not have the luxury of decelerating growth and going up in value. They see 2019 tax rate a few percentage points higher than their 2018 rate. They see you're ready for this one? You're ready? You're ready? Their expenses are increasing 40 to 50%. Boom! Through 2019, their expenses, what it costs them to run the company, is going to go up 40 to 50%. That is the most bearish load of speech. You want me to decipher these earnings? Honestly, if you came to me and you said Facebook was up $5 or down $20, I'd say, yeah, that makes sense. To have a FANG name, a Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, you do not have the luxury of decelerating revenue growth. You do not have that luxury. Now, again, garbage earnings have been gapping up. As I told you yesterday, AMD was one of the worst earnings out there, and it held bullishly all day. Do you think I was one of the schmucks who shorted it? No, our room made money going long today off our very infamous high five strategy, where the stock came down to the exponential 8, and we brought right before it actually hit 2161 right here. And we watched the stock from pretty much 1015 to 1050 go from 2161 to 2249. Then, of course, it just kept lifting out throughout the day. Wouldn't it have been nice to buy AMD off the dead lows today? That's what we did today. So please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. When I say AMD earnings sucked, which they did, all I am saying is I will trade what's in front of me. I will never pigeonhole myself into a corner. And yes, I came out extremely well today on my overnights because I was long Apple and Boeing. Did you see Boeing up 20 points? Yeah, that was us. You saw Apple up? Yeah, that was us. AMD was up? I was in the puts, and I showed you the fact even that I had puts yesterday. And eBay was very minor loss because it was like flattish. It was a very minor loss. So overall, I did very well on my earnings. But I'll still tell you how it is. For me, the fact if a company gaps up or down is completely irrelevant to me making money off it. I thought AMD earnings were garbage. You know who I followed? The robots, the algorithms. They dictated where the stock went next. So throughout the day, there were a lot of people in the room who were like, Mark, where would you short AMD? And I'm like, I wouldn't. because everybody was like, well, the earnings were garbage. Why wouldn't you short it? Because that is not what you're supposed to do. And maybe it should be another topic, but I should share it with you right now. You want to know how you become the most consistent trader on the planet? You want to know how you make money nonstop? You never pigeonhole yourself into stupidity. You pass on ideas if they're not lining up the way you want them, even if you miss out on them and it works, or you miss out on them and they fail. Like today, I'll be honest, I was thinking PayPal long, Tesla long, and UPS, which we don't know, they reported they're going to report tomorrow morning short. I would have been wrong on Tesla, which let me show you, would have. And you know how I phrased it? Gun to head. Tesla, another company which doesn't give future earnings, I'm not going to play it. Microsoft, I had no idea. Wouldn't play it. Microsoft went down, wouldn't play it. And if you bought puts in Microsoft, you're not up a lot of money. I don't even know if you're up money. Buying puts in Microsoft was such a garbage move. PayPal, I would have gone long PayPal. Read their earnings report sucked. They deserve to be where they are now, and I would have been wrong. But would have been wrong is not being wrong. I didn't have enough conviction to pull the trigger. So even if I saw PayPal up over $100 right now, you know how much psychological toxicity I would be suffering? Zero. Only take trades that make sense. And if you saw what we were doing today, and the ideas we were trading today, you would notice that, wow, all these trades actually make sense. Whether you made or missed or didn't trade or lost or whatever, they all make sense. See, the trick in trading to trading consistency is a lot of the tool bags out there who show P&Ls and tout their, you know, you want to simplify trading? Trading is only simple after you put in the work and mastered the methodology. Now, fortunately for Newsbeat Live members, I will master that methodology and explain it even to you, even you guys out there who could read our algorithmic strategies and actually apply them. And if you went ahead and do that, you would make money on the vast majority of names. You would. That's how you oversimplify things. You spend 10,000 hours behind the scene figuring out what works, and then trading is simple. Then trading becomes simple. But like on AMD, Wall Street obviously gapped it up. They liked it. I said the earnings were garbage. I made money buying AMD today, right off the day low. Do you think I really care if AMD earnings are garbage? No. Now, here's the deal. If AMD, now let's take the flip side scenario. If AMD was down 2 points today as opposed to up 2 points or whatever in the morning, and it was setting up for a short, I'd probably be three, four, 5 times heavier in a short play than I would on a long play. You're not supposed to take the same size on every trade. That that I used to do that until I realized what a mistake that was. Certain trades are justified for their conviction. For example, I gave you guys KEM the other day. Said it was my favorite earnings name. They're reporting tomorrow morning. I'm going to look I'm going to look like a person who lost money or a person who made a lot of money tomorrow morning based on how they report. KM has always reported good numbers for the past 4 quarters. They've went up twice and down twice on their last 4 earnings report despite beating every time. Now I'm holding KEM. If you are a Newsbeat Live member, you got KEM on January 19th. You know what Newsbeat Live members did? You want to know the value of the room as opposed to this? Because if I'm in the room talking, I could only talk to you at night. I could only talk to you at night. So what happens here in chem, what the majority, well, not, I don't know majority. I mean, when you're dealing with the number of people in the room, I mean, it's hard to say majority because there are just so many people. But a lot of people just sold 50% of their position and are walking into a free earnings play tomorrow because they were up over 100% on their options. There are people who bought stock who absolutely crushed it, who absolutely crushed this name. Now I'm walking in tomorrow morning. My positions are currently up money right now, but that is irrelevant because tomorrow morning they're going to be down big or they're going to be up even bigger. And that is going to be the likely scenario tomorrow morning. Watch this name tomorrow morning. Could be big. That being said, let's go over Tesla. Let's go over Tesla. Worst person in the company to run Tesla is Elon Musk. Best person to be in the company of Tesla is Elon Musk. So, Tesla, for example, after hours here, is getting the snot kicked out of it. What happened? They announced $1.93 versus the 2.19 expected. Okay, we knew your earnings per share would be down. 7.23 billion in revenue beats the 7.07 billion expected. And CEO says he's optimistic of being profitable in Q1 and all quarters forward. Now, if you remember, I called BS on Elon when he was doing that over the last year. I'm like, cut the shit, Elon. You were never profitable. Just shut up. Just shut up. Do it or don't do it, but shut up. We don't want to hear you. Because he's probably sitting there like he was on the Joe Rogan show, smoking a doobie, watching pot stocks, saying, Yo, Joe, you think we could be profitable this quarter, bro? Joe's like, You tell me, Elon. You tell me what's up. Puff, 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 puff again. Here's a pass to you, Elon. Elon's like, I don't know, bro. I'm going to crush up some Ambien and do lines of it later. You down? Joe Rogan's like, no, bro. I only stick with the green stuff. Elon Musk is like, you're missing out, Joe. I mean, what is he thinking? How many times has he said this shit already? Shut the Ford Motor Company up, Elon Musk. I'm sick and tired of his stupidity saying that he's going to be profitable. I believe you. I believe you eventually will. But since you said it six times in the past, or 6 or 7 times in the past in the last earnings quarter, and you haven't been able to do it, shut the front door. Don't stop repeating it. For God's sake, how dumb are you? And then, of course, his CFO leaves, Deepak Ahuja or Ahuya. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but his name is Deepak. I could pronounce that. Steps down. And I'm sitting there thinking the only person who needs to step down is the CEO spot. He should be a majority shareholder, board member, or whatever he is in the company. But Elon Musk should step down because he is full of shit. He said, satisfaction with the Model 3 is incredible, perhaps the highest in the world. The only thing that's highest in the world right now is you, Elon Musk. You are the highest in the world right now. Perhaps the highest in the world? You mean you didn't do a study with car owners to find out who really was the happiest in the world? But they said satisfaction is incredible, which is a vague enough statement. Perhaps the highest in the world. We're going to be profitable every quarter from now on. What else is new? What else is new, Elon? The Shanghai Gigafactory is going to go up like lightning. He expects to achieve full production in Shanghai by the end of the year, which will allow Tesla to reach 10,000 cars per week output. Somebody's going to have to buy it, Elon. And I got news for you. You better pray the American economy stays strong. Sees worldwide demand for the Model 3 at 500,000 cars. So if they're doing 10,000 cars a week, that's 480,000 cars a year, which means, are you going to be able to do 500,000? I guess you have other factories, maybe. He says, rolled out improvement on the Tesla app. You know, when you go inside Tesla and you see the big screen in the middle? He said, rolled out improvement on the Tesla app had major impact on satisfaction. Here it goes with the people who own Tesla are satisfied customers. Elon, bro, Stop. Okay? Stop. The only rolled out improvement was your abilities in rolling up a spiff. That's the only rolled out improvement. They say improving parts execution, having previously made strategic error. Oh, you screwed up in the past. That's interesting. And not sufficiently stocking all replacement parts at service centers. Ah! You mean your cars needed replacements, but the service center they went to is like, we do not have this part. We're going to have to order it, and it's going to have to be custom made. Please leave your vehicle here for, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And by the time it comes in, we will have somebody fixing it for you immediately. Great, great job, Elon. Great job. Penguin clap for you, Elon. This is a good one. Oh, some good stuff. Elon Musk said they might be ready to unveil a pickup truck vehicle this summer. They might be ready. Ooh! Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for what might happen. Cool. I'm looking forward to that. I might be looking forward to that, Elon. Zach Kirkhorn, Tesla's VP of Finance, is going to replace Deepak Ahuja as CFO. Fair enough. So they said in total we're expecting to deliver 360 to 400,000 vehicles in 2019. That completely contradicts or puts an issue with the claim that there's worldwide demand for the Model 3 at 500,000 cars. So you mean you're not going to be able to meet demand despite having your Shanghai factory be set up like lightning, Elon? I mean, for somebody who has 4 IQ points for every one of mine, he says some of the stupidest SHIT that I have ever heard in my entire life. For somebody who is beyond my intelligence and understand, he's so smart, he's contradicting himself mathematically and telling me what might be happening this summer. Man. So, bottom line is Tesla's earnings are a whole bag of question marks. If you wanna if you wanna be part of this company, you know what you must be doing? A, you probably live in the state of California. B, you're probably a pothead. Okay? You're probably a pothead. Why? Because in your stoned mind, somewhere there, you believe there's a chance that Tesla is going to be some amazing company in the future. And if you listen to Elon, this is going to be the biggest company on the planet. However, let's talk about just simply the facts, and it might become that. And I'll be like, yo, Elon, pass that blunt, bro, or pass that joint, bro, because you definitely know what you're talking about. So let's talk about the facts. Facts don't care about what Elon Musk thinks or what you or I think, right? Let's just talk about the facts. Number one, Tesla has never been profitable. Elon, despite for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, I only counted 6, maybe 7 times in the last 6 or 7 earnings quarter, which Elon said he was going to be profitable next quarter. That's number one. Number two, your projections of worldwide demand are not going to be able to be fulfilled based on just what you said. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but you're saying you can. Who am I to disagree with you, Elon? Here, Elon. Here, take this. Who am I to disagree with you, Elon? Number three, the Saudis, who probably have the biggest interest in hedging their oil reserves because that's the biggest export. That's the biggest natural resource when you go to the desert is tons and tons of easy and cheap mineable oil. You don't have to dig through shale rock. You know what? To give you an example, the people are like, Mark, there's so much oil here in the United States. You know what? Go to shale rock and stick your finger through it with your fingers and do it hard and let me know how quickly your fingers snap in half. Now go to Saudi Arabia, stick your fingers in the sand and tell me how far you could go before you're in pain. Saudi Arabia doesn't have only have oil. They have easy mining oil. Costs them about, what was it, 22 cents to mine a barrel of oil compared to like $2 and change here in the United States. It's crazy, depending what part of the United States, depending if it's fracking or drilling. I'm not going to get into all that, okay? Let's move that aside. What is the point I'm making? Saudi Arabia recently got rid of they started slashing their holdings in Tesla right around here. You know what Tesla threatens? Tesla threatens every oil producing company on the planet. It threatens every single one of them. You know why? Because the majority of oil is used in cars. And if cars are going electric, less people are going to be dependent on your oil. If Elon was watching this Newsbeat show, which I know he is, he's probably like this right now. Tell me I'm wrong, Elon. He's like, I like that Melnick dude. You should shut up and not make fun of me for saying that we're going to be profitable next quarter. I don't like that dude. So here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Elon, he's a genius. I love his ideas. I love watching him. He looks like a cool guy. I would love to smoke some weed or have a beer or both or a drink or dinner or hang out with him and BS with him. But when it comes to running a multi-billion-dollar company, he needs to step down. He needs to step down. Remember, I was the same person on Snapchat saying that the company was worth zero, until they get rid of their two founders. Snapchat is a cluster mess. I am also the person after CMG had the food scare saying that they needed to fire the CEO. When the stock was all the way at $758, I put an $80 target on it, and it plummeted every day since I've said that, right up until February 14th. And then I changed my mind on February 14th of 2018, right over here after they gapped up. You know why I changed my mind here? Because they fired the CEO and hired the Taco Bell CEO to run the company. And ever since they did that, CMG went from 251.33 to $543 on January 25th. It doubled in less than a year, more than doubled in less than a year. You want to know what will make me bullish on Tesla? For Elon Musk to say, you know what? I'm going to be the chief creative officer, or you could be the chief cannabis officer. Both go by CCO, Elon. You could be the chief creative officer. Step your butt aside. Let somebody who knows how to run a company run it. But I will say, for somebody who cannot make a single dime, the things Elon Musk has done for Tesla, to me, makes him one of the most commendable CEOs on Wall Street. Nobody could have done this in the world under. Nobody could have done what Elon Musk did with Tesla to bring it up here. So first of all, I respect him. I'm just saying at this juncture, he needs to step down. He needs to step down. I have so much respect for Elon Musk for what he has done with Tesla. So much respect. But step the F aside. Now is not, you're not going to be the person bringing Tesla from 308 to 600. That's not going to be you in the driver's seat anymore, Elon. That's not going to be you anymore, Elon. What you did like this, with a bleeding company based on ideas and charisma, nobody in the world could have brought Tesla to where it was today. So please don't misconstrue what I'm saying here. I'm just saying his time is up. That's all I am saying. Elon Musk's time is up. Okay. Levels for tomorrow. Right over here. Right over here. I time traveled into the future to bring you tomorrow's levels today. These are the levels for January 31st. When these support levels hit, I tend to go long. When these resistance levels hit, I tend to go short. There are a few of them that worked well today. I don't care to talk about them. You can write them down. You can take a picture of them. They don't always hit. In fact, they usually don't. But when they do provide a very interesting risk reward in your favor. Forex trades. Um, I made money on my last Forex trade. I exited it already. Just using the recent curl strategy. And it actually ended up pretty good, or pretty well. It was the New Zealand Canadian dollar buy, and I went ahead and I exited that profitably. But I don't have any new Forex trades today. That's about it. Just real quick, you guys want to see my charity account? Why not, right? So right over here, I don't actually own Bitcoin. I don't know why they show me the price of Bitcoin here. This account has 0 Bitcoin. But right over here, somebody gave me a share of Chesapeake who used my name by signing up, I guess. I didn't even buy that. It's the free shares they give you. Anyway, thanks for the $2.92. Anyway, here are my new trades. I opened up some Juniper and Verizon calls today. I have KEM calls. This is my biggest position right now, the KEM. I have KM $23 calls, and I also have more. Yeah, I have a $24 call spread. I still have a lot of my puts, a lot of them not working at the moment, but the account is holding up pretty well, especially thanks to the KEM. All it requires is one. I'm still holding CGC puts. I'm still holding Ozark put spread, which is almost worthless. Still holding Lowe's puts, Netflix puts, GE puts, EMR puts. And yeah, that's about it. I did exit my JW Nordstrom today for a small profit. I exited Apple yesterday for a small loss and then bought the calls and then that worked today and I paid got paid on that. And that's about it. So I'm gonna post the end results every month, so you will not get my ending account total for January until probably either January 31st at night or February 1st. You'll get it either tomorrow or the day after. I do want to mention, though, that we do have our first Newsbeat open house of the year. We do have the first Newsbeat open house of the year. And my colleagues over at T3 actually emailed me congratulating me because, yes, we were the first people here. Um, we were the first people here who were telling you to buy Apple when it closed on day lows on January 3rd. Mark explains why Apple big drop is a buying opportunity, even though the media and analysts were running scared. I explained why Apple CEO Tim Cook is a genius for lowering guidance and how we can take advantage of the drop. We obviously bought Apple and we made some good money to the call side. And thank you for, I really appreciate, I really appreciate the recognition for that. I'm honored to bring you guys, really solid stuff, and I'm honored to serve you. So if you do want to be part of the Newsbeat Live Open House, you probably got an email that is inviting you. Probably got an email that is inviting you to the open house. I would take a look at it. It starts February 4th, which is next Monday, and it runs through February 8th, which is my birthday. And it would be my pleasure to serve you on my birthday. I'm going to finally be 21 years old, and I'm going to have my first beer um, on air for the first time, and it's Going to be a magical experience to drink the sweet serenade of a legal alcoholic beverage. But if I don't give you that, I'll just try to give you solid stock plays to try to make money. With that being said, there's a reason why Elon Musk gets high and swears that the Newsbeat live room is the largest, fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.